we move on to our third and final category, fighting disinformation warfare. David Aragort of Venezuela is here to present Facting. David.
Hello, everyone. My name is David Aragort. I'm from Caracas, Venezuela, and I am the founder of Facting, where we are on a mission to fight propaganda and disinformation in authoritarian contexts. But let's see why and how. Authoritarian regimes are most likely to commit human rights violations to stay in power, but they try to hide it from the world and from their own citizens using censorship and indoctrination. And that's why we are creating Facting, a digital community to support and develop the ecosystem of fact-checking units and civil society organizations working around fake news. Facting will offer 4 main services. First of all, crowdsourced monitoring through the power of many, which is basically a way to receive reports of potential fake news directly from citizens. Secondly, an academy to teach the organizations how to successfully manage themselves and offer professional growth opportunities to their staff. It will also feature an ecosystem gym to build alliance and promote collaborations within the ecosystem and with external organizations. And last but not least, a communications lab to offer expert consultancies and audits. These services will be offered in 3 subscription plans, offering benefits that can fit different budgets and needs. And it is going to have a social approach, which implies that it is not going to, the success it is not going to be measured in profit, but in impact. And to guarantee access to the organizations that most need it and cannot afford it, we will seek for donors that can sponsor them. Anyone who is working with information disorders like fake news, misinformation, disinformation, and propaganda can actually benefit from Facting. It is all about community, empowerment, and collaboration. Right now, more than half of the world's population is living in countries under the control of authoritarian regimes. We are talking about almost 100 countries and billions of people. I have personally dedicated my youth to the human rights cause, fighting for freedom and democracy not only in Venezuela, but in Latin America and the Caribbean as a region. That has allowed me to understand why projects like these are meaningful, and because when there is no one to stand for freedom and democracy, civil society organizations are, and we must protect them and support them. In Facting, we believe that if the ecosystem is big and strong, we can strengthen democracy in the minds of the citizens. Join our cause and help us to fight for democracy where it is most needed. Thank you.
And David, it is now your turn to face the panel. Tony, you're first up.
Absolutely. So misinformation and disinformation is one of the biggest challenges of our time, I'm convinced. My question is, with incredibly large tech companies that are incredibly well-resourced, they're having a hard time staying abreast of this challenge and adapting to solve it. My question is, how have you built a feedback loop into your work to ensure that you are staying ahead of the curve, or at least up with the curve, to deploy the right solutions at the right time?
Yeah, the thing here is that we are going to collaborate with the organizations that are already doing this work for many years. So there is a lot of things that the big companies cannot do because they are not seeing. But civil society organizations are doing this work and seeing things that companies can't. So it is already being done. They are collaborating with these civil society organizations, and that has been giving some results.
Tommy.
It's a big and very important problem you're addressing. I'm not quite sure I got what exactly is it that your tool is doing. How does it work? What do I pay for if I were a user of your tool?
Basically, we are gathering these organizations and offering services so they can strengthen and collaborate between them, giving, for example, workshops, because many of the people that is working within these organizations don't have the knowledge to, start an organization for no-profit. They are like engineers, maybe they are journalists, and don't know about a lot of things that are involved in the process of managing a civil society organization. So we are trying to give them the tools and the knowledge that they need to succeed.
David, thank you so much.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.